Hi guys, welcome to Rals Inside Jungle and welcome to my balcony. Um, as you can see, this is my avocado tree and this video will focus on avocado trees, how to plant them the easy way from seed. This is, let me think how many months old, maybe 6 months old or so. It did survive the winter indoors, of course. And I managed to force him, I think it's a him, to give me some new growth because it grew tall. It grew tall like this, developing leaves only in the upper part, and then it stopped. And more than that, I have curly leaves on it. I don't know why. Literally, only this leaf over here and this leaf over here seems not to be so curly. So what I did, I pinched the top part of it and I forced him to give me some new growth. And as you can see here, let me focus a little bit, it's a bit windy on my balcony. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the one in the middle, 6 new leaves. Yes, so I did force it. Now it's not gonna grow in height anymore, it's gonna probably develop branches, which I don't mind, I actually want it. I don't need a very tall avocado. I do live in an apartment for right now, and it's gonna be a few more years until I foresee that I'm gonna build a greenhouse somewhere by a house. Yeah, so this is it. This is my avocado and it's grown from seed. Now for the first time I grew avocado, I tried to grow avocado from trees because I had no success. It was in the Philippines where my husband is from, and we went to visit his family and to spend a few months with them. And they said, okay, let me try the method that it's all over YouTube and many of you probably have tried by yourself. Some of you successfully, some of you unsuccessfully, far as I could see. And I took the seed as featured in the video. I peeled the brown skin of it. Then I put 3 or 4 toothpicks and placed it into a glass, not a plastic, but a glass. Yes, you got it. And put it by a window. Yeah. Unfortunately, all my seeds, I think I tried 3 or 4, rotted for some reason. After a few weeks, they didn't even crack open. You see, this is the line where they should crack, and this one. This is very interesting. If you guys know what this is, let me try to focus. I need 2 hands for that. If you guys know what this brown line is, please let me know. This avocado seed did not have it. This one has it, and I've seen the same brown line to one of the seeds I tried to grow in the Philippines. So if you know what it is, please let me know. I do not know exactly what species of avocado this is. I just bought it from the supermarket. Remember, we are in Europe right now, and I think we have other providers of exotic fruits, something closer than the Philippines, probably Mediterranean area or so. So it's very interesting to see the same brown line. It's like a cut. So if you've seen it, please, if you know what it is and you've seen it in your seeds, let me know what did you find out about it. So as I told you before, the toothpick and water method did not work for me. I tried it after I arrived in Europe as well. Nothing happened with my seeds, so I got upset. I was like, I really want an avocado tree. I love exotic plants. I do not expect my avocado to grow fruits indoor because it takes 8 to 10 years maybe to give me some fruits indoors. So I'm just growing it for the beauty of it. I see something that I don't like here. I will have to investigate why. Okay. So as I said, I'm not growing it for fruit this time, as I'm doing with my calamansi or calamondin trees. Those, I really want them to fruit. But I plan, so my big plan is to have 3 avocado trees from seed in the same pot, in a nice design. So I'm planning to shape them. First, this is my tree. and second, it will be hopefully this a tree growing from the seed. And after I have a plant coming out of this seed, I'm gonna eat another avocado and plant another seed. Yeah, so how I did it with this one and how I'm gonna do it right now, I just took the seed. I didn't crack it open, I didn't force anything upon it. I just took the seed. As you can see, it looks like an egg, right, with the pointed top placed like this, a little bit outside, so it should be like this, out of the soil. And I just put it into a pot. I usually try to find clear pots, even if I have to improvise. And I just waited. I covered the top of the pot with the transparent plastic. I saw the condense forming. I made sure that it's always moist, always wet, and that accelerated the growing process, the sprouting process actually. And I'm gonna do the very same thing with this seed. So again, I'm improvising for a pot. It's similar size with this one. Actually, it's a little bit bigger. I want to show you something that I could use, but I don't want to because it's a bit too big. So I have this clear pot for orchids. It even shows. So I have this clear, beautiful pot for orchids. I could plant the seed here, but I'm quite afraid I am not gonna see growth on the upper part in a long time, because it has too much space for its root system to form. And instead of directing the energy upwards, it's gonna direct the energy downwards to develop the root system instead of the crown system. So I prefer this kind of pots with deep enough, what I'm talking about, hold on, okay, deep enough to accommodate the root system that is gonna go downwards. So it's gonna come from here, you're gonna see it cracking. Don't get scared, it's a normal process, okay? And it's not gonna come out a baby dragon out of it, although you might want to. Yes, the Game of Thrones started the last season. I'm fascinated with it. So not baby dragon, but a baby avocado tree will come out of it. So once you place it like this, give it a bit of space to breathe outside of the soil. You can see it has plenty of space. Maybe you cannot see it because of the glare. Plenty of space to grow a root. And once it's well developed and the root system doesn't fill in this plastic pot, you can take it out and put it in a pot like I just showed you, like the orchid one. Now, as you can see here, the root system starts to develop quite well, but it's still not full. And I want to show you something very interesting, if I can focus. What's happening to my avocado tree? So this is the pot. As you can see, I start having some bark on my avocado tree, and I start shutting down my phone because I press what I'm not supposed to press during shooting. So I'm very proud of my tree. 6 or 7 months, I cannot remember when I planted it, approximately 6 months, and it's already forming bark. I'm so happy. This is a sign of tree maturity, and it's a sign that it's gonna establish as a tree, and it's gonna be more difficult to kill it, slash it's gonna be more difficult to lose it along the process, because it's gonna be stronger when it's gonna have bark all over it. I want to show you right now. Let me focus without shutting the video again or turning it off. This is the root system. So from the seed, the first shoot came down, right? Here it reached the bottom of the pot, and now it starts going upwards again. So this is how my avocado root system is developing. Yeah, if you're wondering what's this bottom part, they are not some rocks, they are clay little bubbles. They are from my husband's aquarium soil. They were supposed to be my husband's aquarium soil, but he redecorated the aquarium a few months back and they didn't have the heart of throwing good soil, so I'm using the clay bubbles. They're not bubbles, oh my god, but I don't have another word for them. Pebbles, let's call them small pebbles, to form the bottom layer, the drainage layer of my pots. I'm using them for pretty much any plant I have around the house except for calamansi. I'm afraid that these clay pots will retain too much water, and calamansi needs very, very good drainage. The avocado likes them though, and as you can see, the roots stopped at the bottom of the clay pebbles and now they're coming upwards. I'm not yet worried about it, but I might change it in a month or so because summer is coming, and as you know, even if you're dealing with indoor plants, it's always best to repot your plants at the beginning of spring, late spring, and in the autumn before the growth season, because the bloom season, and before the winter time, which is a more dormant time for all the plants. Yeah, so I might give it a few weeks and I will repot this baby. So in the next 2 years I don't foresee any need for repotting again. Now I spoke enough about this plant. I told you its history. Now I'm gonna put it on pause and deal with this baby, and I'm gonna show you the end result. Be right back.